couples who have moved in together, what surprised you most about living with a male-female? I thought if I ever moved in with a girl, I'd have to be way less of a slob. Turns out I'm the neat freak in this relationship. You and me both, dude. We've had fights over whether or not a Swiffer is as good as a vacuum. It's not. She refused to buy one, so I bit the bullet and got one on Prime Day, and our place is 100% cleaner. Edit. Not everyone has carpets, please chill. For each person there's a level of filth they can tolerate, and then a higher level of filth that forces them to clean the place. Those two limits create a window. If there's insufficient overlap in the couple's windows, it's a problem. One person does all the cleaning and the other one doesn't give a shit. Edit. Jesus Harold Christ on rubber crutches. This random comment has blown up. What a very very strange world I live in. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Edit. How different our versions of clean are. The first thing every couple should do when they move in together is discuss what clean means to them. If you don't, you'll eventually have an exasperated fight where one partner feels like the other is not pulling their weight. Holy shit, this. My version of clean is all the junk is picked up and put away, there's no visible grime on things. Her version of clean is take everything off of everything, make a huge fucking pile in the middle of the room, get out the mop and bucket, mop everywhere, clean off the shelves and dust everything and then lose steam, leaving a giant pile of crap in the middle of the room for a month until I get frustrated and put it away. Yes. My husband is far cleaner than I am. I'm totally fine with a mess. It's something we're still working on after living with each other for 12 years. That your partner may follow you around the house, just because. Is your partner, perchance, a puppy? Please. Stop following me. I'm not following you. Then what did you come in this room to do? I don't have to explain myself to you. My girlfriend has a hard time being alone. When we're home, basically every waking minute she wants to be together. I love her with all my heart, but sometimes I just want to be alone doing my own thing for an hour or two. Watching sports, playing guitar, gaming, etc. But when I leave for another room I can hear the disappointment in her voice. I'm working on getting her to understand my need for occasional alone time. My little brother used to do that. Just follow me and talk and talk and talk. I actually turned it into a game where I'd walk into another room, wait a bit, walk into another room, wait a bit, walk back. That boy follows me all the way up to closing the door on him in the bathroom. And people wonder why men take so long in there. My wife does the same thing. At one point I was visiting my parents and had a game of tag along with both her and my brother. Goops. I have never observed my wife put a bobby pin in her hair. I have found thousands of bobby pins in our house. I built a sunroom out of bobby pins and elastic hairbands. The new extra carport is coming along nicely. I have a theory that bobby pins have developed asexual reproduction when not watched. Make the mistake of leaving a single one in an unobserved place and they will spread. I once pulled Chewbacca out of the bathroom sink. Only once. It's a bi-weekly ritual in my house. And it's always my wife and daughters telling me that the drains are clogged and I need to do something about it. Oh look, none of my short hairs seem to be a part of these clogs. Why is it that I'm the one cleaning the drains? How often I'd be helping her find her car keys. Eventually, I put up a hook that I was able to get her in the habit of using. Made me tear up a little at a time, but a couple weeks after we split I remember getting a text from her that said I miss being able to find my keys. That's kinda cute in its way. 3. The hair, man. It gets everywhere. Seriously. I've found her hair wrapped around my balls and had to untangle it. I was almost convinced she was putting it there when I was sleeping to fuck with me. RIP the shower drain. Everything has a decorative pillow on it. They are too small to be used for anything, and I'm not allowed to throw them on the floor or pile them all on one chair. The bed has a bunch, and a long tube thing. I'm not allowed to whack her with the tube thing. Where did these come from? Why do we need them? If they're just in the way, can we put them in storage? No? Okay, babe, whatever you want. Seriously, what are we supposed to do with the tube thing? His ability to be doing nothing. He can lay on the couch and stare at the ceiling and do nothing and think nothing. And he enjoys it. I would pull a muscle or pop something from the strain if I tried to do that. Edit. Thanks for the awards. I read it so he can nothing in peace. Sitting in the passenger seat and just stare at the roads, not saying anything. Why are you so quiet? Are you upset? What's wrong? For me, how subtle the need for alone time crept up on me. I wasn't unhappy in the slightest and moving in was natural. But over time I felt myself becoming irritable, and it turned out that I tend to get that way when I don't have time to myself, because I went from being alone in my room after work in my parents' house to being around so pretty much every minute I'm not at work or driving. So I found myself with someone almost 24/7, and it took a toll. Thankfully, once I recognized that, it was easier to manage. What do you do to manage it? I'm worried about this in future relationships without saying leave Emmy alone. Any tips on introducing personal time? Been living with my girlfriend for a couple months now, but whenever I bring up going to the gym or if I just try and spend time to do some research on something, she gets a little butthurt or pouting that I'm not giving 100% attention to her every moment we are together. Don't even need it every day, just a couple times a week to get my head together would be awesome. Edit. Holy shit guys, thanks so much. Had no idea about all of this. Definitely going to have a conversation or two with her and get my gym time back. She's good at playing Tetris and very organized. I was living with my parents since I traveled for work and only made it home 1 or 2 weekends a month. She moved in with me at my parents' house. We had one room to store stuff, my bedroom. We bought things we'd need when we moved out when we saw a deal too good to pass up, and she stored them. I realized she was good when we had to make 4 trips to get all our stuff out. 4 trips. This girl had boxes inside boxes inside boxes. She utilized every inch available in our room to stack items. We just bought a house and still have some boxes left to unpack. I will call her at work and say something like, hey, do you remember that blue paperclip I like to use? I can't find it. She will tell me which room, which box, what container, and what is beside it, just in case I still can't find it. She should compete in a Tetris tournament. I always knew women went through TP faster than men, but I never knew how much faster they did. It got to the point, I'd just grab a pack of TP whenever I went to the store for any reason. We may not be out at home, but we will be soon, I reckoned, and I was never wrong about that. My mom and sister came to visit me a few weeks ago. They stayed for 3 days. 3 fucking days. Before they came I just cracked open a new pack of 4 rolls. It was gonna last me the month. They left me with nothing. You are supposed to get the giant mega pack of like 36 rolls. After living with him for 4 years, I opened a drawer of his dresser. And it was empty. All of it. Apparently he thought it was my extra dresser. He doesn't use a dresser. Clothes get washed and put into a clean clothes hamper. He puts socks and underwear in his bedside table. Now I'm wondering what other furniture in our house is empty. The constant putting away of kitchen counter appliances. Me babe, where's the toaster and the coffee maker? Babe, in the cabinet below. Me why? Babe, because they don't need to be out on the counter. Edit, my first gold. Thank you, kind stranger. All dishes you are still using. Where's my fork? In the dishwasher. I'm still eating. I hear this one loudly, but she has room for the cake plate, 3 succulents, 2 cute mugs that never get used, and some decorative plates with live, laugh love type sayings on them. I can't have one small toaster. The true shock for me was the sheer amount of time my husband spends in the lavatory. Prior to the invention of smartphones, many of us kept a small library of bathroom reading material for just this reason. Edit, my pre-2008 preferred reading list. Edit number 2, based upon all the replies, I've come to the conclusion that somewhere in this world there is a chemical engineer who was inspired by reading the names of chemical compounds on the back of shampoo bottles while pooping. Edit number 3, it appears that much of the world's premier innovators in energy, the environment, biomedicine, electronics, food production, and materials are inspired poopers. God, yes. It blows my mind that my soak can spend 45 minutes on the pooper. And for only like 15 minutes he's actually using the toilet for its intended purpose. The rest of the time he's on his phone. Sometimes I'll even forget he's home with how long he's been up there, and I get spooked when I suddenly hear the toilet flush. It's our thinking seat. Edit. Thank you for the silver fellow redditor. She works from home, but the television never leaves. Bravo. I leave for work. Bravo. Come home. Bravo. Go on the elliptical. Bravo. 24 fucking hours of these catty women, and sometimes men, yelling at each other. Bravo. Always being on is like the only thing we fight about, which is probably a good thing. But Jesus Christ, always with the bravo. Even when I entertain her and say, what show is this? Oh, Southern Charm. I don't really watch that show. Well, guess what? I've seen 50 episodes of Southern Charm passively when I come home, and I know you've done 20x that. Gotta admit, I hate Bravo. I'm getting a divorce. We're on HGTV now. Oh, Joanna Gaines is having Chip put up shiplap? What a fucking surprise. My wife has really long beautiful hair. I was not prepared to find that all in my butt and crotch regions as often as I do. I could never be prepared to have one stuck in my ass and have to pull it out like some mangy dog. I've never felt more violated or unclean than when I felt those hairs basically floss my lower GI tract. Somehow I swallowed a few, and passing them is a really disgusting feeling. She has told me that hasn't happened to her too, which makes it weirder. My ex-wife had really long hair, and I was constantly pulling 3-foot-long strands out of my mouth. The worst was a maddening itch in my eye that I kept rubbing and rubbing until I realized I was pulling a hair out of my eye socket. Inch after inch I pulled out, feeling it tugging from under my eyeball. How the fuck did it get in there? It's no mystery, the shit is just everywhere. Men are incredibly warm and sweaty while asleep, and will be sticky if they hug you as you sleep together. Edit. Till that apparently in every relationship there's a furnace and an ice cube, no matter the gender. Obligatory award speech. Edit. I want to thank whoever gave me silver for indirectly saying my boyfriend is sticky. The reverse I've noticed is that girls seem to be quite cold. My last GF used to snuggle up to me every night saying I was like a giant hot water bottle, and I'd be like brrrr because she was like a human icicle. Learning that there's a wrong way to fold towels apparently. I was told that we would start arguing and being miserable. It ended up feeling like a super awesome constant sleepover. Don't let people scare you into not moving in with a significant other if that is what you both want. I remember moving into my first share house and there was a couple living there. One day we were all in the kitchen and she spilled some rice. I had never been in a relationship yet, and my immediate reaction was, oh shit, here comes the anger, yelling and heated arguing. Instead they laughed and cleaned up together. It was eye-opening to see that normal people don't explode into argument over little things. How hard it is to get up in the morning when you have someone to snug. Edit. Holy wow, my first medal. Thanks stranger. Snugs for everyone. A lot of it's been mentioned. Bobby pins everywhere. We're everywhere. She was not a clean person. I did the cleaning. But one thing that hasn't been mentioned is just the sheer amount accessories that she had. Tons of makeup and beauty products. A vanity full of it. Plus more. Lots of clothes. Tons of clothes she didn't wear. I need to get bobby pins. I'm out. No you're not. Go to literally any spot of the house and look down. The clothes thing bothers me more than anything tbh. The whole closet is her clothes. All but one drawer of the dresser is her clothes. Her favorite thing to wear? My shirts. How specific I have to be when giving instructions to do something. Like instead of saying wash the sheets I have to say wash and dry the sheets and pillowcases and put new sheets on the bed. This is exactly what it is like being a programmer. I had exactly 2 pillows in my entire house before my now wife moved in. She has 4 just on her side of the bed. There are pillows on the couch. Every chair has a pillow. We have a closet where the top shelf is more pillows. So many fucking pillows. Edit. Holy shit. Gold for a pillow comment. Over 5k upvotes. I guess I'm not alone. Thanks, stranger. Edit. Found more pillows. Forgot about the ones in the bay window. Admittedly I am this woman. Not cushions, but pillows. and fluffy blankets. Our house is comfort cove where you can snuggle and nap anywhere. We basically live like cats. Edit. Well, this blew up. Totally like me for my best comment ever to be about blankets. Thanks for the gold, friend. My first roommate was a girl. She was the slobbiest person I've ever met. She had been a co-worker for ages and was always neat at work. It was stunning. Her bedroom was just piles of clothes. The living room was clothes and jackets everywhere. Half-drank cups of water, you name it. I loved living with her. It was a very comfy mess. My wife is quite a bit more of a neat freak and has a cute little temper. Sometimes I wanna live like Charlie and Frank. I had that for a year. I lived like Charlie and Frank with an old roommate, minus the sleeping on a pull-out couch. Once is enough for me in this lifetime. I always thought of women as tidy and organized. That was until I moved in with one. I swear I spend 20 minutes a day helping so tidy up the mess she creates in the first hour every morning. Then another 10 minutes every day searching for brushes, hairbands, makeup, clothes, etc. Oh yes, my boyfriend always remarks on how much mess I can make just in the process of doing my makeup and finding an outfit. No matter how long you've been together, or have known each other, you truly don't know the person. I still love my husband dearly, but I wish he knew what the laundry hamper is. My husband knows what one is. It's the thing right next to his pile of dirty clothes. Me and my fiancé moved in together about a year before she passed away in a car accident, and the one thing I can truly remember being surprised about is how much more open we were with each other about anything. I have OCD and she never got to see how bad my panic attack could be until we moved in. She was so scared the first time that she called my mama, who I love dearly and has always been my source and strength even today, and asked how she could help me. Having OCD, sometimes you may feel something bad can happen if you tell what you are obsessing about. To this day I don't know what my mom told her, but Mama than Kayla could always tell when an obsession was building, and she got great about quelling the problem before it began. Spending all that time with her now we were moved in helped me become most aware and attuned to her needs and desires as a woman. I knew what upset her even if she didn't tell me. And all the little taboos when you first enter a relationship, such as bathroom habits and personal problems, became a thing of the past. It got to a point where I could talk to her about anything and everything. It's been almost 7 years since I lost her and I haven't had a relationship since her. I still mourn for her. I love you, baby. Update. Wow everyone. The first thing I can say is I'm incredibly speechless, and for anyone who knows me would think that's almost impossible. Thank you all for the gold and silver and beautiful kind words. I can be honest when I say that as I write this I am overcome with tears. Knowing that just describing my beautiful Kayla has touched you all so very much. I wrote this on my lunch break at work, and right as I got off work I saw all these beautiful things you all have commented. My beautiful family are all here and they thank you all as well. They have suffered with me. And for me trying to help me cope through love and tenderness. Especially my mother and father. For once I feel as if Kayla is everywhere again. And that's something I haven't felt in such a long time. It's truly touched me. Thank you all so very much for letting me tell her story. And I hope it helps out anyone who is going through what I have been going through, that they're not alone. This is an event that has helped me awaken my humanity. If you could all do me a favor. The next time you see the special person in your life, or special people, please take a moment of your time and smile and tell them how much that person truly means to you. We are all only here once. And when you do tell them, take the time to tell them about her and how powerful love can be. To love another person is to see the face of God. Much love to you all and God bless. My heart. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you everyone for all the kind words. I've always tried to make it a goal of mine to share Kayla with the world, as she was and still very much is my whole world. She'd be so happy to hear that there is still good in people around the world. If all of you could do me just one simple favor, all of you. If any of you have a significant other in your life, try your very best not to take anything for granted out of your partner, husband or wife. Today, take the time to have a sit down with that person and tell them how much they mean to you. Tell them how much you love them. Because you can take it from me everyone. Life can change in the blink of an eye. I would never ever wish what happened to me on any person in this world. We all find that soulmate sooner or later. Make the best out of what time you do have with that person. I honestly didn't expect the feedback from you guys today that I received. I, like out people love to use Reddit to cut up and make jokes I don't mean. But I mean every word I put up on here. Much love to you all, and thank you for your kind and humble generosity. May God bless you all. How good she looks in the morning light when she makes toast, leans against the counter, and just crunches into it. The little noises she makes as she falls asleep. How she can fill up an entire room with farts. One of these things is not like the other. We haven't moved in together, and my boyfriend has his own place. It's sterile. It only has the furniture he needs and nothing else. I bought him a little plant, but it gets lost in the vast emptiness. In contrast, my house is full of soft things and it just feels more like a home than a long-term hotel. Moving in together would be interesting if he wasn't so wonderfully nice. Bobby pins. There were bobby pins everywhere. On the TV stand, in the couch cushions, under the bed, on the windowsill, in the fridge. You couldn't turn your head without seeing 15 of those things. He peed in the sink. That's all. My husband will take the dog for a wee out back before bed, and I'm pretty sure he pees off the edge of the deck in solidarity, or maybe just to remind the dog it's his house. When I first moved in with my girlfriend, I was very surprised at how much she actually farts. Once you reach the level where you're comfortable farting in front of each other, there's no mercy or going back. The audacity. No, but real answer is how loud he needs things to be. Every song, movie, whatever has to be heard from 3 rooms over. Definitely the food. I'd eat ramen and canned foods all the time when I was living alone. Now I get spoiled with home cooked food. The best part though is she's been teaching me to cook. I love our cooking school sessions after work. Edit, thank you for the silver. I'm genuinely happy that I'm able to make her home cooked meals now when she really needs me. D. For me it was that my boyfriend sheds leg hair. Everywhere. What animal is your partner? How messy women can be. I mean, there's hair everywhere. The sink looks like a disaster area after she cleans her face at night. Every time she gets water, she gets a new cup and leaves the old one out, not in the sink with other dishes. Her shower has like 27 old bottles of shampoo with a dad amount left in each. There are ponytail holders all over the house. I think the cat shit one out this morning. But she makes the bed every morning, so I guess it's alright. What an absolute master chef he is. I thought I was a great cook until we moved in together and he started making meals. Blew my fucking mind. Now I think back to when we first started dating and he would eat my cooking and say it was the best he'd ever had. The little liar. Brings a smile to my face. It's not as hard as everyone told me it would be, that's what she said. But seriously, understand you don't have to do absolutely everything together since you live together, and respect each other's boundaries, wants and needs. The amount of toilet paper she goes through. Okay, I am a female and I'm gonna explain something. The reason I go through so much TP. Firstly, I wrap my tampons in TP when I'm done cause nobody needs to look over and see that nightmare in the garbage while they're using the can. Secondly, we wipe when we pee, when we poop, and Jesus Christ, wiping when you're on your period and pooping is a fucking nightmare. So yeah, I go through a lot of TP, it happens. That one day they will eventually forget to flush a big dump, not check to see if a flushed one went down completely. And that one day, you'll find it and things change forever. Everything went extremely smooth with my girlfriend and I attest that to having almost equal levels of cleanliness standards. I see a lot of people commenting on that and I feel very blessed that hasn't been an issue in my life. Don't know how I got so lucky with that. But what surprises me and what I fail to understand is the vast amount of time she spends getting ready. I try to understand, but I just don't. She looks beautiful all of the time, but spends an hour and a half to 2 hours before going out making herself look nice. She looks incredible when she's done, of course. But the whole process stresses her out and she has quoted it as a reason why she doesn't want to go out sometimes. Even during little outings with friends she spends the same amount of time getting ready. I'm a numbers type person. That would be just too many of my seconds spent on this earth looking nice for other people I'm not trying to physically attract. I don't press her about it because she has said it's just something she needs to do. How much I actually talk to myself. I never had any roommates, aside from one for like the first 2 weeks in college before I got moved to a single room, so I was used to just talking to myself out loud like nothing. After we moved in together and she kept asking, who are you talking to and did you say something, I realized that I actually talk to myself quite a bit. Those hat things girls make with towels after a shower, their hair goes in the middle of it, who knew? He doesn't take the initiative to kill the creepy crawlies that waywardly stray into our apartment. If he sees a house centipede he looks at it, then promptly turns tail and walks away. Won't even tell me the damn thing is there. I'm a girl who grew up having to call dad to kill spiders and bugs and shit, so it's weird that I now have to be the one to viciously murder every insect who comes inside. Having a helper. I'm always fixing or building something, and as it turns out my GF is always ready to be a great helper. She's like the kid I don't have. Pass me this. Hold this. Did you learn anything? Think you could do that yourself in the future? It's more fun to share a project and teach than it is to accomplish by myself anyway. I think it's good for both of us. But seeing tiny black rubber bands showing up all over the floor is a downside lol. I think she uses them for her hair.